Dear student, myself G.U. Patil, I again welcome to all of you for my online lecture series during this lockdown period. Dear student, I have already started the unit number 4 and today I have another online lecture for all of you on the same unit. So, topic of discussion for my today's online lecture is DHCP, that is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So, let's begin with this DHCP. DHCP is a protocol that automatically assigns a unique IP address to each device that connect to the network. So, this is the most important role by DHCP. With the DHCP, there is no need to manually assign IP address to a new devices. Therefore, no user configuration is necessary to connect to a DHCP based network. Because of its easy of use and widespread support, DHCP is the default protocol used by most routers and networking equipments. So this is DHCP. So DHCP is a protocol that automatically connects or assign an unique IP address to the device which connects to the particular network. So it is because of its easy use and widespread support, most of the routers and networking equipment uses DHCP in their operations. When you connect to a network, your device is considered a client and the router is the server. In order to successfully connect to a network via DHCP, the following steps must be taken into the account. First step, when a client detects it has connected to a DHCP server, it sends a DHCP discover request. So this is the first step when you want to connect the particular network via DHCP. So DHCP discover is the first request sent by DHCP server. The second step, the router either receives the request or redirects it to the appropriate DHCP server. If the server accepts new device, it will send a DHCP offer message back to the client which contains the client device MAC address and the IP address being offered. The fourth step is the client returns this DHCP request message to the server confirming it will be use the IP address. And finally, the server responds with a DHCP SCK, that is acknowledgement message, that confirms the client has been given access for a certain amount of time. So for a certain amount of time, if you want to access the particular network via DHCP server, so these are the 5 steps which must be taken into the account while set up the particular connections through DHCP server. Now, DHCP works in the background when you connect to a network. So, you will rarely see any of the above steps happens. The time it takes to connect via DHCP depends on the type of router and the size of the network. But usually, it takes around 3 to 10 seconds. DHCP works on the same way for both wired and wireless connections, which means desktop computers, tablets and smartphones can all connect to a DHCP based network at the same time. DHCP is used to provide subnet masks, that is option 1, router address, that is option 3, DNS address, that is option 6, and vendor class identifier, that is VCI, option 43. So DHCP is based on the client server model and based on discovery, offer, request and acknowledgement. DHCP port number for server is 67 and for the client is 68. It is a client server protocol which uses UDP server. IP address is assigned from a pool of address. In DHCP, the client and server exchange mainly 4 DHCP messages in order to make a connections, and also called as DORA process. Why we use DHCP? That is the most important question. So for that questions, every device on a TCP IP based network must have a unique unicast IP address to access the network and its resources. Without DHCP, IP addresses for a new computer or computers that are moved from the one subnet to another subnet must be configured manually. IP addresses for computers that are removed from the network must be manually reclaimed. With DHCP, this entire process is automated and managed centrally. The DHCP server maintains a pool of IP addresses and leases an address to any DHCP enabled client when it starts up on the network. because of the IP address are dynamic rather than the static, addresses no longer in use are automatically returned to the pool of reallocations. So the network admin establishes DHCP server that maintain the TCP IP configuration information and provide the address configuration to DHCP enabled clients in the form of lease offer. The DHCP server stores the configuration information in a database that includes valid TCP IP configuration parameter for all the clients on the network, valid IP addresses maintained in a pool for assignment to clients as well as excluded addresses, reserve IP addresses associated with particular DHCP clients. This allows consistent assignment of a single IP address to a single DHCP client. The lease duration or the length of the time for which the IP address can be used before lease renewal is required. A DHCP enabled client, upon accepting a lease offer and receives a valid IP address for the subnet to which it is connecting. Requested DHCP options, which are additionally parameter that a DHCP server is configured to assign the particular clients. Some example of DHCP options are router, that is default gateway, DNS server, that is domain name servers, and DNS domain names. Now let's move towards the benefit of DHCP. The first benefit or important benefit is reliable IP address configurations. DHCP minimizes configurations error caused by manual IP address configuration such as typographical errors or address conflicts caused by the assignment of an IP address to more than one computer at the same time. So this is the first benefit of DHCP. Now the second, reduce network administration. So this is the again most important benefit of DHCP, that it will help to reduce the network administrations. So DHCP includes the following features to reduce the network administrations: centralized and automated TCP IP configurations, the ability to define TCP IP configurations from a central locations, the ability to assign a full range of additional TCP IP configuration values by means of TCP IP options, the efficient handling of IP address changes for clients that must be updated frequently, such as those for portable devices that move to different locations on a wireless network. And the last, the forwarding of initial DHCP message by using a DHCP relay agent, which eliminates the need for a DHCP server on every subnets. Now, the advantages of DHCP. The advantages of DHCP using DHCP includes the centralized management of IP address, we already seen in the previous slide also, easy of adding new clients to the network, reuse of IP addresses reducing the total number of IP addresses that are required, simple reconfiguration of the IP addresses, space on the DHCP server without needing to configure each client. The DHCP protocol gives the network administrator a method to configure the network from the centralized area. With the help of DHCP, easy handling of new users and reuse of IP address can be achieved. So this is the most important thing in the advantage of DHCP, that with the help of this dynamic host configuration protocol, it is easy to handle new users on the network and reuse the IP addresses can be achieved. So these are the advantages by DHCP. Now the disadvantages, so it includes only one disadvantage, that DHCP is nothing but IP conflict can occurs. So because of lot of IP addresses during the process of networking, that DHCP having the list of IP addresses in their databases, so it may a chance to conflict that IP addresses with each other. So this is one of the single disadvantages of this dynamic host configuration protocol is there. So with this lecture today, I have finished my online lecture. Hope all of you understand it. Thank you very much.